So Aubrey found this great trail. She had to walk on clear the other end of Isle of Skye, where we're at Port Richie or Port something. But right by the ocean. Very hard to do for us, but rocked and stable in that. But I'll get a video of her walk later. But it was high up, overlooking the ocean. This walk here is just a secluded trail. This is the house that we're staying at. Really so cute. They have, I think it's really meant for like a hostel, as all the bedrooms have numbers on them, but they have little sinks in the bedrooms. All the windows open from the top except for the bedrooms. They have a single pane. That's a latch system. No screens on all the windows, actually, even in Ireland. But fresh air at night is just absolutely so beautiful. Even though it's misty and rainy now, I'm wearing a raincoat. There's an overhang, so you can have your windows open all night long. There's no AC. There's heat, but we don't need the heat. It's been cool here, though. It's been a beautiful fall day, really. The leaves are turning here. It's you can hear the rain if I be quiet. You can hear the rain now. It's getting more intense as I walk along. But this is just a really beautiful path. Real close to me, where I'm living. And they're staying. I would love to live here. I must say, our tour guide said that the whole of Scotland only has like 10,000 people in it. Now the Isle of Skye quadruples their population because of tourism. A lot of the lettings they call are rental homes. All the lettings basically are bed and breakfasts and seasonal homes that people rent out for tourism. So you can imagine it's not populated much at all, but there's just so much raw all around. Of course, I'm still seeing the big turbines. I'm still seeing the horrible 5G towers everywhere. I did sign a petition in Ireland to they want it moved from their area, so I signed that petition. And our tour guide is wide awake. Our tour guide knows a lot of, well, he talks a lot about we need a revolution here, you know, and it's time that the people rose up against the government. We don't want these 15-minute cities. We don't want Brexit controlling all their you know, the 1% of the globalists in the world want to keep their money and keep it from taxation, and they continue to tax the people. So he's wide awake. He talked about giants in the land. He talked about how some of the topography has changed because, well, when giants go to war and they throw rocks at one another and they miss, you end up getting what they threw in the water as a little semi-outcropping, or a little island, be it were. So it was really interesting to listen to him. It made his blood pressure boil, he said, even talking about it all. He knows where this is all headed. So I thought that was really cool to have someone just awake. I haven't talked to him about any of it. I was just enjoying listening to him. And so today, for our family, Russ went ahead and went on the coach But for Bryn, for Aubrey, Sophie, we're just really relaxing, enjoying staying still. We went on a morning walk. Aubrey went on her run. She runs about 4 or 5 miles a day. Girl's just super fit and likes to stay that way. So we spent a lot of time looking for hot oatmeal for Sophie this morning. And we'll go back again later on into town. And they have a craft fair today from, I think it was 12 to 5. So we'll be checking that out. Brent's laying down right now to take a rest. Lying down. I'm just out here getting this beautiful scenery recorded. So this is Scotland. Scotland is very beautiful, very dramatic. Have better homes than Ireland does, but Ireland is just full of people and industry and beautiful to people watch and to see the farms. Right now they're baling straw or hay, and as soon as they bale it, they have equipped on their machinery. Oh, and their tractors are all state of the art, by the way. They are surrounding their hay bales with this black plastic because, of course, it rains a lot. So I have videos of that, which is really cool. Right now we're getting more people on the trail. A couple just passed me by, but this is just amazing now. Big fat raindrops are coming down on me right now. And see all these ostrich ferns in here, which is real pretty. Just a lush, gorgeous climate for sure. Everything's moss covered, trees, rocks, rock walls everywhere. We did get to see excavation because they're excavating ground. So I got to see the evidence of all those rocks right underneath the soil as they were trenching. I mean, it was just like, it was basically all rock that they were trenching out. But isn't this beautiful? Oh my stars. This is just like stepping back into, well, the original garden. I'm sure looks much different than this, but this is very, very peaceful. Just unbelievable how the wealth and you don't see the billionaires coming here and putting up their huge estates either. Everything is just like, you don't see that sign of wealth here. Though there are grand castles. There's one castle that we could have stayed at. Anybody can stay at for $3 or $4 grand a night. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So we did get to walk on the grounds, but that was about it for that. But everything's just still undisturbed, even in Ireland, and it's just remarkable. I think all the homes are still in keeping with the order of the architecture there. No one has really tried to flip it all and change it into something that's quick and easy. Like I mentioned before, making the fast food stores. There really aren't there aren't any around. We've seen one McDonald's. It was like just one. And but mostly they have really good Circle K gas stations, and they have deli food made to order, still very, very good. And I'll tell you, all of us have noticed while we've been eating all this food, there's plenty of great restaurants in that at night, but during the day, like in the absence of fast food places, everybody just stops, fuels up, and gets their ice cream or there was a Papa John's pizza. But everybody's been noticing, I think, the lack of preservatives and chemicals in this food. We all feel so much better. My psoriasis patches have greatly reduced. They aren't inflamed. I don't have red patches. The psoriasis on my face is, well, pretty much all gone away. It's smooth. The tan helped. But it's just very nice. And like today, Russ went on the bus and he's touring castles, and we'll tour a brewery. But for the rest of us, it was just kind of nice to stay still, let let our intestinal flow regulate. Traveling is hard that way. And just settle our nerves and be calm. So this is a great way of doing that. Out here in nature, wearing my $80 raincoat that I plan on returning. I kept the tag and back. Maybe not. We'll see. But what I'm trying to say, the rain is just, maybe I have this tree canopy, so I'm really not uncomfortable at all. The little few and far between little big blobs of rain are fine, but it is was very, very misty this morning, very foggy. Traffic started making its noise around 8ish. Shops usually open up at 9ish. It's, it's just certainly a different life here. They don't mind our tourism at all. They love it. They're friendly. It's just an awesome two countries to visit for sure. I do miss Ireland, the interaction of Ireland, but there's spots here. I mean, to get here, it took us an all-day drive of just incredible going past the lochs, dare not call them lakes, lochs, the majestic mountains, hearing all about the horrible clannish warfare, the uprisings every country seems to have, and the elite always, of course, has its hands in the, like the potato famine. I bought a huge book on the truth of the potato famine. Those poor people. They were so connected with the UK and England, where their produce was unlimited, and they even brought ships over full of produce, but it was just a genocide. They targeted the food so more than what it was used to being marketed as, and these people couldn't afford it. So my picture book, and I say it's a picture book because it's illustrated with over 100 different artists that tell the story. That tell the stories that they've gleaned from families. That's not watered down and not filtered by the government, of the truth of what happened. And the pictures are graphic, and it's just, I don't know, it's very sad to hear and to know that our hearts can be so evil against one another. So I'll read that later and just learn more about it. But for now, this is absolutely incredible. Aubrey suggested I take it. Oh, Shell. Aunt Shelly, she calls me. There's a small trail right beside the house. Just take a right. She didn't go on to say anything more than that. But, so our trip here is just, the takeaway is, as Bryn posted on her site, is travel when you can, because none of us are promised tomorrow. And it's been delightful to be here with family, to get to know little Sophie girl better. She's so precious, but she's just getting so grown up, taller, but still see that little girl in her a lot. So that's good. Her physicality is just getting bigger, and she's growing up that way. But it's been very, very nice and sweet to be with family. And I think Aubrey's getting a lot of healing vibes here. It's really good to see her always so positive and smiling and laughing and making sure we're all having a good time, and very sweet, because she went through and is still going through, I'm sure, a lot of heartache. And she mentions Andrew in speaking as far as referencing their life together, and that's good. It's good though to talk about that life. It's hard enough. What an amazing footpath. You can see the moss everywhere. And there's this, the path is there's shell rock on there, but there's also dirt too. And leaves. So it's not bad at all. But oh, one thing I should mention too, being out here, oh, you can see the rock on the hillside. Being here is like totally bug free. I have not seen a single gnat, a mosquito, fly, nothing. And all of this with the wet and the vegetation, it's just insect free. It's amazing. And I'm not looking for snakes, even though this is not Ireland. I'm not expecting to cross a snake in Scotland either. But you can see the dense foliage though. It's just, everything looks so healthy. Even all the fir trees, and they do many plantings for forestation, and all those trees are super healthy looking. They're green, they're lush. You hardly see any of the constant rusting that, well, Michigan gets for sure, for lack of water and the heat. But even though this has been unseasonably hot for both countries, there is still so much to be thankful for here. Very fertile. And you see ferns, you see small outcroppings of ferns and flowers I can't name now, just surfacing from rocks. Our tour guide stopped to show us his favorite tree, and it truly was a tree that was just growing right out of rock. It was amazing, and of course this very awake tour guide said that's why he loved it so much, and that's why it's his very favorite tree. It shows such strength and resilience, and he's all about that, as he should be. Delightful countries for sure. Not very populated. Just, I don't know, I just can't stop finding more beautiful scenes here. They just keep showing up all on this trail. And I by no means walked very far either. I've certainly not, maybe a half mile I've come yet, but oh, we have the spoon in the road. Well, I have to see this water though. There's screen on the floor of the bridge. Oh my. Now this is what Blue River in Indiana and Kentucky would be like, only it was wide and you could obviously be carried along it in a kayak. But this is the fast flowing water I am so used to and just so miss in Michigan. I absolutely love this here. Like I said, I would often kayak for 13 or 14 miles, and there's always the option of staying overnight along the bank at certain areas there. So here looks like another path that meanders back around. I might return to this here maybe, or I might keep to the high ground. But back to the upper path. So I imagine today and tomorrow they are calling for this misty rain for both days. And we all brought raincoats, so we're expecting it be like this. Tomorrow we take the coach back to Edinburgh to complete our final stay there. So it'll be an all-day travel, 7-8 hours from the Isle of Skye here back to Edinburgh. Going a different route though, so we'll have new things to record, and I'm sure he's got more stories to tell. He's quite funny. He keeps us supplied with lots of jokes, and his history is really interesting. Again, especially just depicting truth and not being ignorant of truth, which is huge for me. So This is a little bank going up here. Looks like we might be coming to more open area. We're moving away from the stream of that fast flowing water. I'm seeing some corkscrew willows too. And lots of birch. Birch everywhere. I'm not sure what the evergreen. I know Russ and Brent have been checking out the flora. They have an app on their phones that tells them exactly what they are looking at, if it's diseased or healthy, all about its care and why it's beneficial, and it costs like $30 a year, but super great to have. So I'm gonna go back this way that I came, because looks like I'm approaching meadow beyond the path in the other direction. And this was quite thrilling the first time, so